Thursday night football action. We know about the Super Bowl loss, of course, but Jared Goff actually lost to the Patriots in 2016, too. Bill Belichick and his Pats defense caused serious problems in both of those games for Goff, sacking him 8 times, limiting him to a QBR of just 13.6 with a completion percentage of 47%, both considered his worst marks against any other team in the league. So he's probably thinking, Dan, like, please don't make me play the Pats ever again.
Like every other quarterback.
Right, everyone wants that. But how does this Pats defense do well against Goff?
Yeah, well, if we're looking at what Goff's really started excelling over the past couple weeks, it's like the short passing game, getting the ball out and being super accurate. And then if you look at the Patriots defense, one, they've been a lot better since Gilmore got back and healthy. And how I think they'll play them is get their hands on. They are going to never allow these free releases where they're just going to, you got a shallow cross, you're getting hit. You're releasing vertical, you're getting hit. You're coming across the middle, they got eyes, right? So then that's going to throw off that timing of that quick passing game. Now, when the timing of the quick passing game is thrown off, that's when the antics of the defensive line get going. You're going to have to hold the ball a little bit longer. You can't get it out of your hands so quickly. And then look at the different levels it forces the offensive line to play on. This is a relatively fair offensive line for the Chargers, at least with protection-wise this year. So that's the challenge for the Rams is, okay, if the quick passing game is taken away by the physicality of the Patriot defense, do they feel good enough with playing drop-back football and trusting that their offensive line can pick up all those different stunts?
Well, y'all know I don't trust Jared Goff at all times, and I believe Bill Belichick humanizes Sean McVay. Look, we talk about Sean McVay and how great he is at drawing up and scheming and taking advantage of teams' weaknesses, creating leverage with the jet sweep motion. And we all, I think, agree that Sean McVay is a great offensive mind and a really good head coach. But Bill Belichick has had his number because Bill Belichick is going to force Jared Goff to beat him as opposed to all of the window dressing and the things that Sean McVay does. So look, New England is a tough out now, people. I still don't think the offense is worth anything in New England. I still believe that this is things to be taken advantage of, obviously, in that regard. But when it comes, you starting to see Bill Belichick figuring out these schemes, taking one Sunday at a time to come up and devise a game plan to limit what these teams are doing against him. And like we showed the graphic, he's been better, not better against any more than he's been against Sean McVay and Jared Goff. So this boils down to what will Sean McVay be able to counteract what Bill Belichick is going to do. And remember this, before Key tees it up, there is a blueprint based on what Brian Flores did against Jared Goff with the Miami Dolphins, and we all know where Flores comes from.
You think about it, though, what Dan said and what you said, Marcus, you put that in a nice Christmas bag full of tricks for the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick. This game is not about Sean McVay. Sean McVay could dial it up. He could give it to Jared Goff, but when it snaps, that's all Jared Goff. He's got to figure out the confusion, Dan. He's got to understand what Bill Belichick is trying to do to him in terms of mixing up the fronts, mixing up the coverages. I'm going to give you a little bit of man. I'm going to give you a little bit of zone. Yes, you can motion the bunch on the offensive side. You can motion the empty. You can motion the four wides. You can do all of the little cute stuff. In the end, my defense is going to be where they need to be. It's up to Jared Goff to decipher what to do with the football. You hold on to it too long, you're going to get hit in the side of your head.
I'm now imagining Bill Belichick dressed as Santa with a Christmas bag full of tricks, like over his shoulder that nobody wants. Maybe there's Cole in there. I don't know. Did you see the Grinch?
He's cool this year, man.
It'd be more of a Grinch character.
No, not this year, Dan.
Like the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah, maybe. You know? This is crazy, though, guys. We have like an NFL game every single day now, but Week 14 starts tomorrow, and that game kicks it off. Time for some quarterbacking quick reads. Let's start with you, Key. Continue with the Patriots on Cam Newton.
Well, look, I know a lot of people are questioning Cam Newton about his ability to throw the football. Yes, he's been under 100 yards a couple times this year, but it doesn't mean anything because in the end, he's winning the football game. He's doing exactly what the New England Patriots are asking him to do, which is come home with the W. That's all I care about, Dan. I see you out the corner of my eye with a
tell you what, Kate. I'm going to go to Sam Darnold. I think this is a huge month for Sam Darnold. You're healthy, okay? I want to see you make plays like this one from this past weekend. Everyone goes, this guy always panics with the football. You're hot. You want to go get it out of your hands, but you realize that guy's in your throwing lane. Never underestimate your ability to not throw the ball. You reset again. We've seen this all the time from Sam. That stupid interception. I love this decision right here. Don't make that throw. Use the athleticism and get down the field. Make consistent decisions over the next month like that, you're going to be a hot commodity in the offseason.
All right, Collar, there's a formula that people are trying to play against you. Now, where's the adjustment? Made a couple good throws against the teams that you played recently, but it hasn't been consistent enough. The dynamic legs need to come back, need to be implemented into this offense. Cliff Kingsbury is responsible for making sure that Kyler Murray is put in a good situation, but Kyler Murray, without that dynamic playmaking ability, what are you?
Well, Daniel Jones was limited in practice today due to the hamstring injury that prevented him from playing Sunday at Seattle. But the Giants are optimistic that Jones will be able to return and start Sunday's game against the Arizona Cardinals, which would mean Colt McCoy goes back to the bench and the Giants would get back their starting quarterback. It's looking like it goes that way, but the Giants also want to see how Jones gets through a week of practice with that hamstring injury hindering him. As for Drew Brees, again, he is eligible to now come off the injured reserve list. He began doing light throwing some last week, and he's still hopeful that he could be back this week potentially against the Philadelphia Eagles, but the Saints don't have any rush to get him back out there right now against the Eagles. Keep in mind, Saints-Chiefs next week, and so if they can get Brees and his 11 fractured ribs and punctured lung a little extra rest with Taysom Hill continuing to impress, that might be ideal. We'll see how the Saints handle it in the coming days.
Hey, here's the thing, Adam. We had all the quarterback news we needed with a really festive drum beat in the background there. These guys are vibing in here. I don't know who does the music for this show, but that was money, and it really got us rolling in here. All right.
Battle of the Bands.
Oh, my goodness.
You remember the drum line?
No! Okay, after losing 3 of their last 4, this bye week might be just what Brady and the Bucs need to get back on track. One person here has the recipe for how the Vikings can beat them. We'll keep the drum beats rolling on NFL Live.